Hello, hello. Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3. Anyone in the friggin' stream? Is the audio good? Visuals good? Alright then. Anyway, I'm just playing around with some settings right now, just to make sure everything is all fine and dandy before we actually start the stream. So, you know, enjoy some of the lo-fi hip-hop radio I'm playing right now. Hello, Jasper Tune. Yeah, welcome back to the second stream in a row. Originally, I was gonna use this. I was originally gonna talk about the tournament on Saturday, but I was so out of it that I was like, I could not really, in good faith, talk about the tournament last night. So I just ended up rambling a bit, just on a lot of different topics. I talked about like my YouTube recommendations, and yeah, it's pretty fun, I guess. Kind of get some insight into what I like watching, some of my interests outside of rhythm games, which is, yeah, pretty, you know, if you want to know me outside of rhythm games, yeah, that's kind of the stream where I kind of just go a little more in depth about it. But right now, currently, I'm just trying to work out some of the minor kinks in the system, just to make sure everything is well and good before we, you know, kind of get officially started. So, yes. Alright, yeah, for sure. All the transitions are nice. It's very good. It's very chill. And I can see, yo, Chespy Max, you're here. Yo, amazing. Bro, I felt really bad that you got, like, a cold right before the tournament. It really sucked, because I really wanted to see you, man. We could have just, like, after the tournament, stayed at the Airbnb. We'd be talking about, like, stocks, bro. I think it'd be a fun time, you know? We'd just, like, talk about stocks till, like, 6 a.m. in the morning. And then hopefully, you know, I'd be asking, like, how do you avoid capital gains tax, you know? And hello, Jasper Tune. Glad to see you can make it on the stream. Yeah. I don't really have any much to talk about right now, except for the tournament, but I figured that I'd wait for some more people to kind of just trickle in before I, you know, start talking about, like, what kind of went down during the tournament, some of the fun stuff that actually happened. But right now, I'm just gonna, like, get on my Twitter, see if I can jog some of that memory. I should also probably post some of the post-tournament highlights that I've had on Mistake on the Lake on my Twitter at some point in time. Also on my Instagram too, because, like, dude, it was a really fun event, so. Oh man. But anyway, I should probably lower the volume a little bit. But yeah, anyway, at 0 viewers right now, unfortunate. But yep. Who is this person? DR stuff. Oh man, my nose. Feeling a little, like, stuffy, bro. Oh. Yeah, I'm just currently looking through Twitter right now. I finally get to go to round 1 next week. Oh wow, really? That's cool, Jasper Tune. Do you know which round 1? In which round 1, like, specifically, are you looking to, go to? Oh, man, dude. My nose. I think, like... Oh, man. Man. I forget. I forget. I probably should have, like, followed, freaking Ohio DDR, like, a long time ago. I didn't realize I didn't follow them, but now I do. Yeah, so basically on Twitter, just looking at stuff. I don't know, man. Yeah, just like, this is Harajun. Harajun was at the tournament, did DDR. I mean, DDR wasn't, I didn't really go for DDR. The one in Arlington? Oh, nice, okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, talking about, like, DDR and stuff. In terms of DDR, I didn't really stay. I mainly just went there for dance rush, and that was pretty much it. But, like, it was a really fun time, yeah. I guess to kind of just recount everything now that I'm a lot more sober, well, you know, a lot more awake or alert now. Basically what happened was that, like, to kind of just start all off, right? The whole tournament was from, like, from Friday, which was the 11th of November, to the 13th, actually, a Sunday, which is kind of, well, was it on a Sunday? Was there anything on a Sunday? Maybe it was just Saturday. But anyway, so it was like started on Friday. That was when the Dance Rush division kicked off, and so I was actually kind of worried for a minute because like I was driving. I was gonna get there with the Maryland gang. They were gonna pick me up on the way to Cleveland, and so they were like telling me like, oh yeah, we'll be there by 4. And I'm really like, that's great. But then I had to delay a little bit, and it was like, all right, fine, whatever. It happens, right? What can you do? And then I ended up going into the car, and they're telling us, and you know, keep in mind like adverse road conditions. Like it was pouring, dude. Like you know, you couldn't go fast, right? You had to be really careful, or else you'll hydroplane, right? But anyway. We get into the car and we just end up we get into the car, we just drive, right? And you know, it was a fun time actually. You know, I got to really talk with the Maryland gang. They're really cool people, and so you know, we were driving, right, minding our own business on the road, had some fun conversations, and then we end up like heading into oh sorry, I think I hit my mic, but we end up getting into the round 1 like 15 minutes before the tournament starts. Hey Freshie, hey bro, yeah. What's up? Yeah, I'm basically just recounting what happened during the tournament. Well, before the tournament, we're basically on that story before the tournament where I was just driving with the Maryland gang because, like, now that I'm a little more fresh and sober than yesterday, I can, you know, be more coherent right now. And it was great. You know, arriving there, right? I mean, I personally would have liked to arrive there a little early, but, you know, what can you do? I still think, you know, they did their best. Maryland gang did their best to get me there. So, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I'm just happy that I got to, like, hang out and talk with them. You know, thank my driver, you know. I should thank my driver. Shoutouts to you, Hawk Mahezi. You, sir. Very good driver. But, yeah. So when I like show up to the arcade to round 1, right? We're just walking. We're walking with Nate, Meepston, Hezi, and Kike. And we're just walking to the arcade. Hezi just like for some reason just parked on the other side of the mall. So like we had to walk through the mall to like get into the round 1, right? And so we walk, right? We show up, and then we see like a few people, right? We saw how we were just like we see a few people just chilling by the dance machine, and we're just like, oh, that's so cool, right? And then we see, and then like immediately, like some of the Dance Rush players like turn around and they're like, "Yo!" They see me, and like, "Yo!" Looking at me like, "You're that guy. You're effing Ryu, right?" And I'm just like, "Yeah." It was like Henry. Who else was there? I think Ryu. Was Demonte there? I don't quite remember, but like I remember Henry was like super like stoked that I was like here, and I'm just like. Yeah, I'm in the flesh. I'm in the flesh, my man. Like, it's me in the flesh. Yes, I am real. So, we get our badges and stuff. And, you know, just had some time to, like, chill and stuff before the actual tournament starts. And then, you know, there's warm-up and all that, you know. And, you know, obviously, you know, props to Edukin for actually setting up the entire thing. You know, obviously, setting up a tournament is, like, not easy. I was about to say not hard, but obviously it's actually pretty hard. It's definitely not easy to set up a tournament. So, you know, really props to Edukin for like, you know, being able to like set everything up, get all the equipment ready, get in the judges, both Snack, who I actually am pretty good friends with, and Sprint, who like was apparently a professional dancer. Sure. I don't for the NBA, which I mean, I guess sure. I don't watch the NBA, so like that's cool, I guess. But yeah, it was a pretty fun time. Yeah, overall. I didn't win at all. If you've seen the stream, I didn't win. I got like 5th place apparently, which is a little weird because like when I saw the score sheet, I was like, I'm pretty sure I ranked below 5th place, which I mean, to Freshie and Sprint, not Sprint, Sprite's credit, you know, I feel like I kind of robbed you of your, like, free keychain.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, shoot. DRS Reggie just subscribed. Hey, yo, what's up, man? Yo. Yeah, and here we have, actually, who was the 3rd place. Wait, were you third place? I'm sorry. It's been some time. I can have a very short-term memory sometimes, but he was part of the top 3 finalists that made it into the second round of the tournament. And so, and I'm not, did he win third place? I think he won third place, I want to say. Was it Ryu that was like second? Well, anyway, it doesn't really matter, considering, like, you know, I mean, I guess it does matter to a certain degree. You know, congrats to all of you guys for, getting to that point. You got second. That's what, okay. Good, okay. But yeah, like, Freshie, I don't know, man. But I mean, maybe. Okay, I guess. Yeah, fine. I'll let you be right on this one. But I gotta say, you know, I'm still sticking to my gun, saying that, like, you know, at your level, I think you have a lot more time than me to refine, like, your entire moveset. So I think you'll have the potential to be like one of the top tier players in the Midwest. Along with Sprite. Sprite's also very good. Yeah, both of these people have a lot of potential. But anyway, so where was I going with this? Right, so Reggie subscribed. What's up, Reggie? What's up? Hello. Second place winner. Yeah. We were talking about the tournament, what kind of went down. So essentially what kind of was like really cool about the tournament, you know, we had basically, hello Ruby, welcome to the chat. Was that essentially we had like you know, Sneck. I did mention we had Edukin, who was the head TO. Props to him for setting everything up. We had Sneck, who was, you know, actually a good friend of mine. I actually knew him before I moved. Back to the East Coast for college. So like we kind of had some like history, and like, you know, we kind of related to each other a lot. We really like, and just like hung out a bit. Related to each other because like we're both California boys, like. You know, we're both from the West Coast. We're both California boys. Like I knew him from my local arcade, so like we got to, like, you know, reunite and, like, you know, kind of catch up and stuff. What else? And we had Sprint, who is again dancer for the NBA, which I don't really watch the NBA, so cool, I guess. Yeah. So basically, yeah, you know, and as far as, like, you know, the top 3 that advanced to the next round, we had like Henry Jong, who I've had the pleasure of getting to know during the Airbnb. We, like, while everyone's like fast asleep, me, Henry, and Ryu, who was who came in third, we both were just chilling and talking till like 5 a.m. in the morning, which yeah, it was pretty fun at our Airbnb, and that was pretty cool. We got to chat a little bit. And yeah, as far as like other things are concerned, right, back to the tournament, yeah, we got to you know, what happened was that, like, everyone got to, like, we had 24 competitors in the first round, and so everyone got to, like, pick their own song, what they wanted to play. And so we got to pick what they like a specific song, and those who advanced to the final round, which is the second round. Oh shoot, I just heard something and I was like kind of scared. But anyway, so top 3 advances to the next round, and they get to pick a song out of a limited pool, randomly selected pool of songs, which was like 2 level 10s, 2 level 9s, and 2 level 8s. The level 8s were about right, and I believe like that. I need to double check. And then level 9s were Joker and okay, shoot, I forgot which one was like the level 8 and level 9, but I know level 8 was about right because Ryu picked it. And then 2 level 10s was Go Down because Henry picked that, and then Vamos a Bailar because of Reggie. Which those 3 are very good charts, actually, to a lot of freestyle, especially about right. I've been really wanting to, because like that's very like cutting shapes centric. Like, gotta do a lot of good footwork and a lot of ankle control. And Go Down is a very chill chart. I just love Go Down. I like, if I was in the top 3, I'd be like, yo, I like, even though I'm confident that I would do well with About Right, like, yo, screw that, dude. Like, people have seen me play About Right before. They've never seen me play Go Down because I myself haven't unlocked Go Down. And Vamos a Bailar was very fun because, like, it's very interesting. I actually really want to get good at Vamos a Bailar because you know, actually one of the players who competed, he's Mexican or Hispanic. Sorry, UTF. You can correct me. You can correct me at any time. But as far as I know, I think he said he was Mexican, or sorry, or whatever pronoun. I'm sorry. But anyway, I remember UTF telling me, like, it's a very, Vamos a Bailar is very much in the style of merengue. Which is like, oh, okay, cause like I've been wanting to like really get into that sort of style of merengue, or well, not merengue, but like there's like a sort of like when I first heard this song, I was like, oh, this is like cool. I've been wondering like what kind of style goes along with this song, and then like DUTF was like, oh, it's merengue, and I'm like, oh shoot, okay, now I can put the name to the style, and now I'm gonna like look it up. But yeah, so as far as like what I did, it was like a New Solution, which is like a lot more 90s hip-hop, which is like more like 90s hip-hop. So because I felt like I kind of wanted to be a little more quote-unquote experimental, especially because, like, you know, considering my YouTube presence in the Dancers community, like a lot of the songs, because like I remember like a lot of the competitors I've like we were talking in our Airbnb. It's like, yo, why has no one played like Undercover? Why has no one played like Love to Shuffle, or like, you know, any of like X amount of X, like, you know, insert song here, right? And like I told him, I was like, you know, I actually would have considered playing these songs, but since I already have like videos of me playing these songs on YouTube, people would have already expected like what I would do with these charts. And it's like, at that point, am I really being that creative? Sure, I can execute those moves very quite well because like it's kind of ingrained in my memory. Like I've perfected that specific technique in the chart. And you know, at that point, I like, and you know, for the way I like approach charts is that like I have a special routine for a chart where I have like multiple set pieces. And so like, you know, it takes a lot of time and effort to kind of develop those routines and set pieces. So, you know, to kind of like just come up with a routine that like defies people's expectations and like is like better than like the routines I post on YouTube, like at such short notice. I was like, nah, bro. Like it would have been really hard because at that point, not only am I necessarily like, in a sense, not only am I competing with other players, I'm actually competing against myself, right? Which, I mean, I guess that's kind of the fun of it, but yeah. Ruby's like, did they save the past broadcasts? Yes. If you're talking about like the Dance Rush broadcast, yes, there is a VOD of it on YouTube and on Twitch. Yeah, so you can go find it under Achikin. But that being said, yeah, I really did like New Solution a lot. Originally, I was actually gonna pick Butterfly Twist, but that chart is like very much, I wouldn't say not technically demanding, but like, you know, it's so fast, you can get very hard to freestyle at times. I feel like you would need to be better with your hands and arms. Like you need to be pretty good at tutting if you want to like really take advantage of Butterfly Twist. So I was like, yeah, let's do New Solution. I can like figure something out where I can like use the lyrics and incorporate that into my routine, which you might, if you actually look into the past broadcasts, you'll see me like do some stuff that like goes along with the lyrics because I'm kind of like a fan of that. That's why I like charts like True Blue, like OG True Blue so much. So yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna like, sorry, I'm just gonna lower this lo-fi a little bit. But yeah, as far as like the other how the tournament went on, it was very nice. I really enjoyed it. We got to after the entire tournament, we were like just eating at Denny's, which was like the only thing open, although it was like the dining room was closed, so we like just went to Denny's, went to like at like 2 a.m. Was it 2 a.m.? around like 2 a.m. in the morning, and we were just like, let's go get Denny's, and then we dipped out into our Airbnb and we just like ate our stuff. Like the thing with me was like I kind of just had like a light snack on the road, so I was like, I really need like food really bad, so I ordered like a really big portion of at Denny's, and it was pretty good. I mean as good as Denny's can be, which is, you know, like I'll let you be the judge of that. But you know, at least I had something in my stomach at that point, right? So, you know, that was, yeah. But, and you know, obviously it's not just the food, right? But it's also the company, right? You get to be with other players. Sorry, I was looking at Twitter. I got distracted. But it was, you know, it had something in my stomach, so I was like, all right, whatever. But yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed everyone's performance, you know. Obviously personally for me, I feel like there's something like, oh man, I wish there was like, you could have done this and that, you know, which is like, but like still though, everyone's did great, you know. Just the fact that they were confident enough to actually enter into the tournament and like, you know, do their thing, yeah, that's respect, right? And it's like already giving me like ideas of like, okay, here's how I want to approach the chart where I can like surprise the crowd, you know. Because like personally for me, how I felt doing my new solution routine was that like, yeah, I can understand why I feel like I was creative enough where like people like were like actually like actively like surprised and felt engaged in the routine, but the execution was like kind of in my opinion. Like some people like even like Henry, who like won first place, was like, nah, you should have like had a higher execution score. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I mean, you know, I'm glad that you think that way, but like, considering some of the stuff that I pulled off, I was like, I think I could have done it a little more like better, been a bit more precise, but you know, what can you do? But you know, part of it was like, but you know, I'll say that it's probably like skill issue, because like I haven't played in so long and my skills kind of atrophied, so like I didn't even have a lot of time to shadow, so it's like, oh shoot, you know, like I guess I'm winging it, right? And the pad, and you know, it wasn't just me, but like also like everyone felt like the pads were kind of a bit too grippy, which is like, yeah, you had to exert a lot of energy to like do the moves that you really wanted to do, which is like, yeah, that's unfortunate, you know. But you know, but still, like, you know, well, it's like whatever, right? Edukin worked really hard to really do the tournament, so you know, it's like, you know, I can't really complain per se, but I'll be like, hey, maybe like there's something to know for next time, you know. But anyway, was I nervous? I was pretty nervous, not gonna lie. Especially considering like how my routine for, especially kind of like the anticipation, because like Sprite and Freshie were like I think first and second, or no, not first and second, but they were like second and third. I might have switched the order. I think Freshie was second and then Sprite was third, and like they had really good routines. Like they were very wild and like very passionate with their movements, so I was like, oh shoot, I'm kind of scared of these two. And then Henry, you know, oh my goodness, Henry was hilarious, because like he kind of played into the song a little bit, because the song's name was Prank, and he decided to like use props with the thing, with the dancer's machine, and he's like puts a Coke bottle down, and I'm just like looking at it, I'm like, Henry, you did not just put a Coke bottle and spill Coke on the machine. Did you not? Like, why did you do that? And I realized, oh, it's just a prop. I'm like, don't scare me like that, fam. But anyway. And like he was really, he did really well. And I forgot who went next. I'm gonna have to check the Discord. I'm gonna have to check the Discord in order to see which was the order, so I don't get anything wrong. I think if I remember correctly, it was Reggie who went right after Henry. But let me just get the a list, so I could just friggin' make sure what it's going on. But I have to scroll quite a bit, dude. And dude, this Discord we made with all, I think we made it with all the competitors, dude. We were just like memeing on Ohio and just how terrible Ohio is, which is like we're just like memeing like it's like the new Alabama, you know. It's just the butt of all our jokes now. Okay. Oh yeah, Kike went on, Pseudo went on, and bruh, took my freaking song, New Solution. Screw off, bruh. No, I'm just kidding. You did good. You did good. You did good. Yeah. Yeah, Reggie went before me. And like, Reggie did Touch My Body, which is like, that's insane. Because Touch My Body, even though it's kind of, I feel like it's kind of hard to freestyle, it's very, you need to be very technically, like, very technically demanding, right? Like, you need to be very, Ohio exists. It's very technically demanding. Like, you have to be very quick with your movements. You really need to. So the fact that like he was able to like pull off some unique moves with Touch My Body was like, okay, that was pretty good. In fact, dang, I kind of want to do a Touch My Body freestyle. Like, dude, I'm already like just thinking like, yo, if I was to play this chart, here's how I like plan and structure the routine. Anyway, and then yeah, I went right, and then yeah, I was kind of nervous. I was just like just looking. In fact, like you would see me just like following AG around, just like he's just talking. I'm just there. I'm just like, so am I like supposed to like be somewhere? Like I was just kind of lost. At times I can get very empty-headed, so I'm just like, what is going on? Like, and then he finally was like, oh yeah. So like, you know, he starts introducing me to like the European community, because like I commentated for Ajikin during the European speedrunning assembly, and like when I went, and because like after that we did like a train, and like the Europeans were like, yo, this kid's like insane at Dance Rush. Like he was, I was known as the kid to the Europeans, even though I'm like almost 20 now, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, so anyway, so I was like a little nervous, but then when I was just like, kind of just like ended up getting a little less nervous when like you picked a New Solution, because like they played the song, so I was like, dun 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 dun, my inspiration, right? So like there's a song, so I started singing along to it, just kind of like get into the flow. But then like the pad were kind of grippy, so like the execution just ended up not being as perfect as I wanted it to be. Yeah, I could like go over like an in-depth analysis of like what I wanted to do with the choreography, and like what went wrong and what went right during that choreography, and like what went through my mind. We can actually, I would totally be down to do that like during the stream, so I could like kind of guide people through the thought process of like, okay, why did I think this move was right for this specific song, and like, you know, what kind of went through my thought process. But anyway, so yeah, but I ended up being like, but after that, like when the pad was like kind of grippy and I was like kind of screwed up some parts, I'm like, oh frick, I'm not gonna make top 3. And you know, I didn't end up making top 3, although I was very surprised that I ended up making top 5, which, you know, granted me this very cool keychain, which, you know, if you were at the last stream, I have already shown it to you guys, but like if you just see this stream, like this was the keychain that I got, and like, you know, sponsored by Emu, by the way. You know, shouts to Snick, who you know, who's a friend of mine from the dancers community before I moved here for college. Yeah, he was able to like get Emu on with giving people prizes. She gave like everyone this lanyard, and top 5 got this pretty cool keychain. So pretty cool keychain. Yeah, sorry if I like just show it to the camera. The lighting's a little weird because I have a light over there, but like it looks like this, and looks like this on the it looks like this on the other side. So yeah, and shouts to Emu. You know, Emu, can you like sponsor me? You know, like can I get sponsored by Emu if she's ever watching this? Like I play Dance Rush. I'm a Dance Rush YouTuber. I'm a rhythm game YouTuber with 3,000 subs. Can I get sponsored by Emu? But can I get sponsored by Emu? You know, like that'd be nice. That'd be nice. You know. But and Fuego too. Like, hey, Fuego could sponsor me. You know, like you know, you sponsor Ajikin. Can you sponsor me too? Yeah, but yeah, but overall, I was pretty fun. I definitely do want to try doing that routine again, like especially for like YouTube, because like now that I don't really have the pressure of like the competition weighing on me, and probably I could have like potentially better pads whenever I go like to some other round 1, like less. Oh shoot, my alarm went off. I was doing laundry, but that can stay there for now. But yeah, so I was like kind of, you know, have a bit more slippy pads, so I could probably do the routine a lot. I'll expend less energy trying to do the routine. And yeah, So hopefully, I really do want to challenge that routine again. Try that routine again this time, like so that I can do it for a YouTube video. Because like I honestly think that like it was not bad of a routine. I just needed better execution. So yeah. But wow, okay, some comments went by. Ohio is sad. Ohio exists. Yeah, I know, right? Like, what is Ohio? Man, next time if we select the same song, I'm gonna challenge it. Yeah, for sure, Kike. But yeah, so I ended up not getting a third, like top 3, which is like dang unfortunate. Because man, I really want, I like money, man. I just like money. What can I say? But yeah. Well, anyway, since we got like actually a decent amount of views, I kind of want to like go through like what happened like during the, well, we can talk about like what happened during the tournament, especially since I know some people who were at the tournament were here, so you could probably like, you know, trade stories and talk about like, oh yeah, interesting moments. But for now, I think like we could just talk about like the like kind of like do an in-depth like breakdown of like what went through my mind when I was picking New Solution and why I chose to pick that song, you know, like. So let me just like get that set up, and then, you know, we'll just do a live reaction. Because like, you know, I've seen the VOD with Ajikin, where it's like me shown on the front, and it's like, yeah, it's not my best angle. Because like generally I like, it's not generally my best angle because I just look, I don't know, I feel like I look really weird at the front. And also like, you know, you can see me from the front. But like shoutouts to Lima Bean, who is another competitor at the tournament. She actually recorded everyone's set from behind using a tripod. And like I had this one moment where I was like, and you know, when I saw that, when she was like, you know, recording everyone's set with her tripod, I was like, okay, I know who I'm gonna be playing to, right? I was like, okay, I know which camera to pay attention to when I like, you know, do like the when I do like when I do the routine where I face the audience. I know like where to look, right? I know like I should be looking at her camera. So I was like, I knew who I'm playing to. So, you know, she sets it up, right? And I'm just like sitting, I'm just like, you know, doing my routine. So yeah, we could just, so it ends up giving you like a little, a bit of a, I personally feel like a better angle of me just like, you know, playing the chart. I personally like back angle a lot more than front angle. Because like for me, like, I don't know, when it's with me and Dance Rush, like whenever I play, I always look like I'm angry or something. Like I'm either mad or angry. But because like it's just like I'm just so focused at the game, I'm just like, okay, I'm not like being like very emotive, which is like, you know, I feel like I should become more emotive when I like when I play Dance Rush. Oh, if I made it to the final, which song would I have picked? I would have picked Go Down, mainly because like no one has ever seen me play Go Down before, and like yeah, because no one has ever seen me play Go Down before. Like, people have seen me play About Right. I played About Right, like, in my, during Eclipse East during the second round, so that's, like, kind of not an option. And, Vamos a Bailar, I already posted a video on that. And I could have done Vamos a Bailar, but I think Go Down would have just appealed to me a little more, personally. Yeah, I personally would have chosen Vamos a Bailar. Yeah, yeah, the thing is like, I already did a video on with Vamos a Bailar. It was like, alright, I'll do Go Down. I'll be a bit more experimental. And I just like the chart, so I was like, let's do good. I would have picked Go Down. But with enough stalling, let's actually kind of like go through like the New Solution video. Go Down is a very dope song. Yeah, but we'll go through the New Solution video. We'll just to kind of just like give you a sense of like idea of like why I picked this video, or like why I picked the song, and just like, you know, like all the decisions that went into like making sure that I did these routines. Although like now I was just like, looking back on it, like even if I planned like even if I planned it, it would have still been screwed up. In fact, like there's a guy I know, he gave me this really good quote. He's like, yo, if you really want to make God laugh, just tell him your plans, man. And I was just like, that is actually so true. But anyway, so let's go into the folder. I'm going into the folder. Shouts to Linda/Lima Bean for really just for recording everyone's set, because like, you know, I personally like back angle. I think back angle is generally like the strat when it comes to like recording stuff. So you know, so I have like an actual record and video that just kind of shows you know, the moves that I did. Did they allow top 3 to pick the same song though? I don't think so. Usually, I think they allowed like first place, second place, third place to take their pick. So yeah, it was really based on like, you know, if you place high if you place like first in the first round, you get first pick, and then second and third, and so on and so forth. So yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna let's see if I can play the video. If I can find it. Where is it? That is Nate. Ah, yes, there it is. Okay. Yeah, so. Oh, B2, oh yeah, feeling much better today now. More than 2 hours. Yeah, that's great to hear. Yeah, great to hear that you're feeling better. Although, man, I was about to disagree with Henry. You should have been just like, you should have just played with the cold, man. I was like, don't actually do that. For legal reasons, that is a joke. Yes, that is a joke. For legal reasons, that is a joke. Stay safe, y'all. But like, yeah. Anyway. Oh. So yeah, I just have it on the Google Drive. Yeah, so you know, she ended up sharing like entire Google Drive with everyone, showing like all the pictures, all the videos and stuff that we kind of collected throughout the tournament. And so yeah, it was really, yeah, we get to like let's do some fun stuff, right? Let's just talk about like, let's just scrutinize like my routine, like minute to minute breakdown. And hey, since Keshki is here, bro, can you like give me like a breakdown of like what I should do better? Because like, bro, I saw you do it for Sprite. I want some of that too, man. I want some of that too, man. So anyway, let's transition, right? Hopefully nothing personal is showing. I'm pretty sure nothing personal is showing. Yeah. I mean, it's just like Twitter lo-fi hip-hop, which I should probably turn off because we're gonna be now listening to the actual song. Here's some pictures. Dang, my butt's kind of thick. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yo, bro. Oh. Yeah, for sure. Is that thick? Hey, you can't believe all history of yesterday. Yeah. And then, yeah, there's me. I was just standing there awkwardly. I'm like, what's going on? But here's the actual, like, routine. Hopefully, if it can play. Oh my. Seriously? Is there a reason why? Right. Nah, cause one, I tuned in around Keshki Terracoon's round 2. Dang, bro. Anyway, where is that video? Let me find that video. Shoot. Ah, yes. I've got to go now. Dang, unfortunate. Okay, well, anyway, I'm gonna do a breakdown, which is, why is it not playing? Frick. Okay, I might have to actually go out of incognito because, like, I feel like Google Drive has a problem where it just doesn't play videos out of incognito. So I'm gonna have to actually go to my actual Google Drive, and yeah. All right, let me just go to simple recording, make sure like nothing sus gets like shown, which I don't know. Like, I think the only sus thing is like my obsession and hatred of taxes. Which is like, okay, I don't even see how that's controversial. Yeah. So, alright. We're back. We're gonna go onto the actual Terracoon. Where's my routine? There you go. I'm just gonna see if I can play this. Great, I can play this. Okay, wonderful. Alright, so we're on Let's switch, right? Let's switch into the new, friggin' Chrome thingy. Go to properties, change the shoot. Is it this one? Nope, that's the wrong one. Is it this one? This is the right one. Okay. Alright, so here we are. Here's kind of what went down throughout the routine. Probably just gonna analyze it for y'all just a minute, just kind of a breakdown of like, kind of a behind the scenes look as to like, okay, what went through my mind when I was like doing this chart. So yeah, we'll do like full screen. Right. Yeah, so like the pads were kind of grippy, so it was like a little hard. You can hear like the squeaks of the shoes. Yeah, so we kind of get into like the first set piece of the song, right? So like you notice how in New Solution there's like a camera shutter click, right? So I was like, all right, so I gotta put my phone on and like just like pretend I'm doing a selfie, right? When unfortunately my phone had like really bad battery life because like just how old it is now. So like if I turned on the camera, like it would have died before like it would have actually like gotten to that moment. But if I had like a phone with a better battery life, I would have actually left the camera app on my phone. Like I would just like open the camera app, put it on my back pocket, and then like left it on. And then like when it got to that point of the song, I would have taken it out and like actually take a selfie, which would have been like really nice touch of the song. But like that was kind of the idea I was going for when I was doing that song or that section. But unfortunately, like I had a hard time just like putting the phone back in my pocket, so I was like, oh frick. That's like the first messed up. Yeah, I don't know. There's like temptation, right? So I was like thinking like, yeah, if you know, accept your temptation, you're essentially just like killing yourself at this point, right? So it's like bang, right? And especially when it was like woo in the song, right? It's like kind of that subtlety, like woo bang, right? Or something like that. And it was like sensation, so I was like trying to see if I could go with like the hips and then like, you know, like snap and like hit the note where it's like go on the side. Yeah. So I was like kind of panicking. I was like, oh shoot, I don't know how to do this, especially since the pad wasn't very slippy. It's kind of grippy, so I was like, oh, I really had to fight with the pad. But like, yeah, you can really see this from this point, see this well from this angle, because like it wasn't like, you know, obviously you're watching from the back, right? But if you're watching from the front, I probably pull up like Ejikin's video like sometime later. But like essentially what I wanted to do with that section of the song, because it was like, I want to make you moan, right? So I was like, okay, well, frick, how do I do that? And then I was like, you know, I'll just do this. It looks cool, right? Where you're just like, you can't see my legs, but like when I use the hands, I was like, you know, like doing this, like you know, you kind of like thrust down one of your arm and then you thrust up the other arm, like with the neck, something like that. Kind of like playing to the subtlety of the song, right? And then, you know, the legs, right? It looks pretty. The legs were kind of just like going out. So and also like, dude, like when Tonori does that move, it's like it looks so spicy, so I was like, I gotta copy that. Yeah, and this was like the I think the defining moment of like the routine, because like you see when Linda or Lima Beans, sorry, yeah, anyway, she plopped the tripod down, right? And I was like, okay, I know who I'm at that point. I was like, okay, I know who I'm playing to. Like, I know who I should like look where I should look. Like, I know which audience member I should play to, especially like since like I've been planning to do a slide for that move. So I was like, I gotta like point someone in the audience, and like, oh, I had to point someone. I was like planning to point to someone somewhere in the audience, but then like since there's a camera there, I was like, okay, I can point to that. Right, so yeah, you see that slide. I was like, you go around, you set up, and you see me just making a conscious effort looking at the camera, just like I'm pointing to you, man. Yeah, hold you tight, right? I wanted you to do that. Yeah, unfortunately, still grippy pad. Yeah, whatever. So it wasn't the best. But yeah. Oh, and this one, yeah, I was like, obviously I kind of had to play with the hip hop, right? The hip hop, like how the hip hop inspiration of the song, right? So I was like, okay, I gotta do some floor work, and I was like, oh, maybe I could like be a little flirty, you know, flirty in the very loose sense, where I could just be like, you know, like just lay down, you know, point at them. Unfortunately, it didn't go as well as I thought. Yeah, as well as I hoped it would, but like, you know, it's whatever. You know, if I had more practice, I think I could like do a lot better. Yeah, if I don't have you by my side, right? So again, I was like trying to like look at the audience and like point to someone and then be like, you know, by my side. So I was like, you know, you, and then you come here by my side, right? Like that was what I was like trying to go for. But I think I went a little too wild, so like it just looked like very sloppy. Yeah, life beam for floor work on Kill the Beat. Yeah. At that point, I got some moves to steal. Yeah. Yeah, actually, this was like kind of like, oh shoot, I kind of struggled because like I actually originally I was that crab step wasn't supposed to be in that section. Actually, I was supposed to like do what was a Henry spin, where if you actually watch his new solution video, he would have spinned and then I would have actually added a bit of flair where I would have spinned and then like bowed at the end. Because like there's a down note, so you would have like done da 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 bang, right? So like, yeah, I really wanted to do that, but I kind of was like panicking, so I just kind of ended up forgetting that. Oh shoot, I was supposed to spin during this part and then bow. So, but anyway, and then like looking at this move, I was like, oh shoot, I did this move so wrong. Now that I was like looking at like how Henry did that move, whereas you kind of like use your hips to like move, and I was like, oh shoot. So yeah, that was kind of like pretty much like, yeah, the score wasn't that good. I was like looking, I was like, Nate was literally like looking at me like panicking, like, bro, you gotta score above 80, but or else you're DQ'd. And I was like, yeah, I'm panicking, bro. But yeah, so luckily I made it above 80. And then this is kind of how I did the, you know, kind of did the ending, because you notice that, you know, you're just like doing a lot of small steps, which is like, I can never tell how do you like, at least for me, I can never tell how I was like supposed to do that section. But I do know that at the ending, I could do something very interesting where, you know, you step on the end hold note, and it's a very long hold note, so you can like do a graceful spin, and then you could just, and you see that note just come down, and then you can just like, you could just do a graceful spin, and then as that note comes down, when you finish your spin, you could just do a slight kick, and then you can end up hitting the note, and then just like go down and smooth transition off the pad. And I think that was like a really, like, I think that's a really cool move. So you do a spin, you finish the rotation, and you just wait a bit, just kind of like build up the anticipation of the note. Oh shoot, I'm muted, right? And you kick and like bang, right? And you step off the pad and you be like, bye, you know? Yeah, so yeah, that was kind of the entire routine, and kind of like what went through my mind when I was like playing new solution. But yeah. Yeah. Other than that, like, you know, I'm not, I don't feel myself to be in a position to critique other people's like routines, especially like in a public setting like this, and unless like they're in the chat and they'd be like, yeah, please critique me, you know, like, okay, fine, at that point, sure, you consented, but you know, no one's given their consent so far, so I can't really, you know, watch. I'm not about to like, you know, give my opinion on someone's routine on a public forum, such as this, like at this point in time. So, but yeah, maybe I should like, maybe that could be like definitely like a series I could like definitely do, just react to Dance Rush routines. Just have people around the Dance Rush community like just send me your videos, and like, yeah, I'll review them. I'll review them, break them down, and be like, okay, here's what I do when I play that chart. You know, but whatever. But yeah, that was basically like the entire routine that I had. Shoot, let me just like close. Let me switch this to the incognito tab, because yeah, I don't know. I personally like searching in incognito if I'm like streaming. I don't know, maybe that's just a me thing, but yeah. Is this the right one? That is not the right one. No, that is not the right one either. Shoot. Okay. There you go. Alright. So anyway, that's about it. Whoops, wrong window. But yeah, that's about it. But as far as like interesting stories, or like that went on, like after or during. Yeah, I mean, nothing much. I mean, it's really just like talking to, like, you know, all the, you know, it was like really good experience just like meeting all the new all the other dancers players. It's like, you know, personally for me, like I run on a very unorthodox schedule, you might say. Like, you know, when I would go to like my local San Jose round one or like my Hayward round one, generally no one would be on the dance rush pad because like my times would be very vastly different than everyone else's. So I wouldn't get to like meet all the like local players generally. Like every time like they'd be available, I wouldn't be available. Anytime I would be available, they wouldn't be available. So it would just be like, yeah, I'm just the one on the dance rush machine. So, you know, it was a really good experience just meeting everyone. You know, definitely meeting all the well, both new and old, and, you know, just all the local players. Cause like, you know, I mean, hey, I got it. Cause like, hey, you know, I gotta touch grass. I go to a campus. I go to a college where like everyone's a nerd, bro, which is like great. I love, you know, if I was called a nerd, I'd be so happy. But like, you know, we don't touch grass a lot. So we don't touch grass a lot. We're mainly just in our rooms studying for our next midterm. But anyway, so, you know, it's good to kind of like take a getaway for the weekend, just meet with all these new people, and, you know, kind of form a bond. And I should definitely like follow them on Instagram if they have one, or follow their socials, because like, yeah, y'all were cool people, bro. Like, yeah, in fact, like I would you know, I would even probably be a little comfortable even sharing even my personal IG. But yeah, that's yeah, that's well, that's a maybe. But for sure, I would have definitely followed you on like any of my quote unquote business official accounts where I just like, yeah, I'd definitely follow all of y'all. In fact, you know, if anyone in the chat, anyone from Mistaken Lake drops in their socials, I'll definitely follow you. Like, no joke. Like, y'all are cool. But anyway, yeah, so, you know, after the tournament, we kind of just, you know, me and all the local players there, I had so many moments where they were like, wait, are you effing Weeaboo? And I'm like, yes, I am effing Weeaboo. You know, and I'm just like kind of weird to think about. It's like, because personally for me, it's kind of weird to think about, given that I'm just like, you know, like I just do whatever, you know, like I make videos for sure, yeah, but it's like I can't believe, like, yeah, all these people are watching me, and I'm like, it's pretty insane to think about when someone comes up to you. I say this all the time when I meet new people who are like, you effing Weeaboo? I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, sorry if I feel a little awkward. It's just always so weird to me when people just come up to me and be like, hey, you're effing Weeaboo, right? You like make really good videos. And I'm like, wait, I make videos? Oh, right, yeah, I guess I do. And I'm like, kind of have to like recover a little bit and be like, oh, yes, apparently I do make videos on a 2-week basis. So, but yeah, it was like really, you know, it was really nice meeting like DeMonte again. He was a first place Eclipse East winner. I had so much fun talking to him. Let me get the lo-fi back on, because why not? But yeah, he was really cool dude. I got to meet him again, you know, and it was great. Yeah. And then, you know, I got to meet Nate again. He's like a homie of mine, dude. Like, you know, we're pretty close. Or I'd like to think we're pretty close. Nate. I mean, you know, I stayed in your house for Eclipse East, bro. Like, I hope we're at least like bros, and we're both Filipino, man. Like, we can at least bond, right? In that aspect. But yeah, so, you know, obviously, you know, I get to meet the people that I knew before. And then, obviously, like, the new people, that people I haven't met, like, Freshy, Sprite, and Henry. Who else? Pseudo player, well, very good. He's pretty good. Who else? I already met Terracoon. I already met Ejikin, just from, what was it? Well, Ejikin from Eclipse East. I think that was how we first met. And then Terracoon was when I was co-commentating with him during the European Speedrunning Assembly. So it's good to see those two again, too. And then, you know, people that I haven't met before, there's some people from I haven't met DRS Reggie until that tournament. There are some of the New York crew that I haven't met until like that day. And they were like really nice and sweet. Like, bro, Linda was like so nice. She was like so sweet. I was like, oh, my heart, you know. Like, I said this before in the last stream, but I'll say it again. Like, yo, I was like, oh, that's very flattering, you know. And then, you know, WTF, he was pretty cool, right? Zephyra met from Eclipse East. So yeah, who else? Yaladere was there. But like, you know, there are a lot of other players, and you know, I'm sorry if I don't like remember you off the top of my head, because like, you know, I met a lot of people, you know, so I'm sorry. But yeah, there's like you know, Hezi, basically Ryu, how could I forget about Ryu? He was so good, dude. Literally stage 3, he kind of got screwed over by his score. So like, just to see him like actual literal redemption arc during mistake on the leg, like, was like, yo, that was like actual redemption arc. It was so funny. It was like so cool. But yeah, and just like, yeah, and just, you know, just everyone's just like, yeah, having, you know, we're just all having a fun time. We're all homies now, right? Kind of, I hope, at least. You know, and like, you know, it was very touching to, you know, even if I personally felt the routine was like, you know, people were like, you know, you should have placed or something, and I'm, you know, I'm like, oh, thanks guys. I'm you know, I'm glad you feel offended on my behalf, but like, what can you do? Take it up to the judge, you know. Like, you know, if you got a problem with it, take it up to the judge. I don't really have a problem with it at the end of the day, you know. But I mean, you know, it'd be nice if I won, but like, whatever, man. Like, I have other stuff to be like mad about, you know. So, you know, it's all good though. But I really enjoyed my time back in Cleveland, Ohio. We were just memeing on it from, you know, so long. Yeah, and you know, we got to I got to like meet Tag, who I forgot if I mentioned this in the last stream, but I got to meet Tag and actually took a picture with him. You could even see it on my Twitter. And shoot, I'm probably gonna have to post all these post-tourney highlights, but also on my Twitter and on my official Instagram. Well, actually, technically my official Instagram is like my personal one, because like that was the first one I had. And I'm just too lazy to think of like another name, and I don't want to put Joseph Joe Stalin as my personal Discord name. No. So I just like fmvu.official. That's where like all the con and like all the con event stuff like is posted. Whereas like the more like quote unquote more personal stuff is like with my, well, quite frankly, personal account. And then, you know, on my Twitter too, I should probably post all the pictures and videos that I got over there too, so that y'all can see like actually what went down, like, you know, see it through my perspective to some degree. I didn't take a lot of pictures, unfortunately, because of, you know, I was pretty busy and kind of got swept up in the moment of the entire tournament and the atmosphere. But yeah, I was like able to, but it was great because like I got to take pictures with a lot of the new players, like, you know, WTF, Meepston. Obviously I gotta take pictures with my boy Meepston, also with Snack too, and Henry and Ryu, dude, homies, bro. Yo, homies. Yeah, I took pictures with them too, and also Reggie. I took pictures with the top 3. Obviously got a picture with Edukin because like, yo, we're pretty, you know, we're 2 dangerous players that have massive respect for each other. Who else did I take a picture with? I take a picture with Pseudo. Yeah, we got some group photos in. We actually got a group photo with the Dancer's Pad. It was really very nice. It was a really enjoyable time. So yeah, and then, you know, obviously like the post-tournament, right? The post-tournament after party was actually with like our entire Airbnb group plus like 2 people, which was Pseudo and Snake, and we ended up like going to Denny's. We ended up going to Denny's because like we wanted to go somewhere nice, but like, bro, at this hour where like we ended at like 1 a.m 2 a.m ish, we're like, there's nothing open but Denny's. So we just went to Denny's. We ordered our food. Dining room was closed, so we just ordered our food online. We just, you know, chatted, talked, you know, talked about like the post-tournament, how he felt, like how we all kind of felt like about, you know, the judging, the score, the pads, right? We were all just like, yeah, the pads kind of just like we're kind of not hitting, bro. The pads were just kind of not hitting that day, which is like kind of fair because, like, you know, I bet a lot of people were playing on it, so the pads just kind of wasn't at the best optimal condition for, like, you know, sliding, which is, you know. Alright, well, yeah, at the end of the day, what can you do, right? But still, right, props to Ejikin for, you know, but, you know, let me just be clear about this, right? Props to Ejikin for, like, you know, being able to, like, get the whole thing running. So, like, you know, I can forgive him for, like, getting, for less than optimal pads, right? Like, you know, you're able to get all this other stuff done, very well organized, very well run, so it's like, you know, what's a bad pad compared to all these other good things that he was able to do for the tournament? And, like, so, you know, it's whatever, right? Still though, yeah, and we were talking about, like, all this, you know, just like how he felt about, like, certain routines and stuff, you know, like, oh, here's what I would have personally done, here's what they would have personally done and stuff, like, yada yada yada, you know, just you know, that's a you know, that's like a hush-hush kind of trade secret between us boys. Yeah, so, but, you know, we're just like hanging out at Denny's. We get like some nice pictures. Got some interesting pictures at the Denny's. What else? Yeah, and then after that, like, we just went to CVS, like, bought some drinks and snacks, and just kind of hung out at our Airbnb, and that's like kind of just it, right? We just like ate our dinner, like, really late dinner, and just like we put the VOD of Ejikin's stream up on YouTube. We were just watching, just analyzing. So we were just like, yeah, let's do that, right? And so at that point we were just like doing all this fun stuff, just like all this fun stuff. What do you mean we're just talking? Bro, why is chat box being so wacky? Like, I'm seeing like the chat on YouTube being like, all, you know, like there's a lot of stuff going on, but like there's like nothing showing up on the actual stream, which is really weird. But anyway, yeah, so like we just like you know, talking, chilling. I got to know some of the people, like you know, outside of, you know, obviously Dance Rush, because, you know, I'm interested in people outside of Dance Rush, you know, like as much as I like Dance Rush, and as much as it's my personality trait. You know, I have other interests too, you know. I hope to like kind of share my other interests and like get to know their other interests, right? Like, you know, I personally, I tell them like I was telling like Henry, you know, like I'm in econ, you know, he's telling me about like he likes like he's doing video production stuff for like a sustainability thing, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool, you know. Personally, like I actually have kind of an interest in that, more so on, but more so on like the energy aspect. So I was like talking to him about like, oh yeah, like solar, wind, and I'm like, ah, yeah, I like nuclear power, you know. Like, I like nuclear power plants, you know. It's like, yeah, you should, they're pretty cool, you know. And like talking to Ryu about like, oh yeah, Seattle's like pretty cool. I told him like, oh yeah, I visited like some of the places in Seattle, and like the Fremont Troll, apparently he hasn't visited yet, so you should check it out if you have the time. I personally wanted to go to visit the statue of Lenin because I like history, because like I actually like history, and I like you know, I find it like pretty weird that there's a random statue of Vladimir Lenin in Seattle, but hey, that's cool, I guess, right? Yeah, so stuff like that. I was just like, you know, kind of just like getting interested in like, you know, like what they do, right? You know, Sprite. I'm probably like exposing all of these players right now. Please forgive me if it was like something you didn't want to expose, but no. But I think like a lot of things that like I'm talking about are like actually really cool things that like y'all doing, bro. Like, you know, so, you know, props to you, right? From me to you, right? So, like, Sprite's a very good ice skater, something I didn't know. Well, I kind of knew before the tournament, but like, you know, I was like, bro, you're really good. Like, y'all, you should definitely like pick it up again, like, you know, and like, you know, really you know, like, dude, I joined to a random statue of Vladimir. Okay, sorry. A few comments came in, so. And stars. Hello, I'm another watcher of videos. I like your video introducing Dance Rush and you playing it, especially an in-depth look into Dance Rush and why you should play. Yeah, it's my first video. I mean, yeah, it was like the time where I like really, it kind of took a lot of planning because like obviously it was like the first, so I didn't have any like sort of schedule. I just concentrated into making this like an in-depth or sort of in-depth guide into Dance Rush and like, well, why you should play. So I was like playing out the script, doing all the editing, playing out even the music, right? Which is like nowadays the music is more of like, this is after like I have everything set up. Like, nah, when I was doing the Dance Rush video, I was like doing music, like even like I was even thinking of like all the songs that I wanted to put in for Dance Rush before I actually started any editing work. But you know, now that I've like actually have a schedule, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to like make the workflow more efficient. So yeah. But Ngumi996 is I joined to a random statue of Vladimir Lenin in Seattle. Yeah, apparently there's a statue of Vladimir Lenin in Seattle. Yeah, I really actually wanted to visit it one time when I was in Seattle for a conference, but I ended up not having time. But I was like, yeah, it was pretty quirky, weird, but okay. And I also appreciate history, so I was like, yeah, all right, I'll take a picture in front of the statue of Vladimir Lenin. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I really like history a lot. So anyway, where was I going with this? Right, so yeah, kind of like talking about like, you know, talk to Henry about like, you know, oh, he does like sustainability, like, or he likes doing, he does like film stuff, right? A lot of film stuff involved with like filming, right? And so I mean like, oh yeah, he's like a video producer for like sustainability thing. So we're just like kind of, oh, let's talk about that. And you know, with Ryu, kind of just talking about like, oh, what do you do? You know, same thing with like Sprite and like all the others, like, oh, you like in school, or because like you're all young guys, right? We're all like young guys. Sometimes I just like, y'all in school, y'all in school, or are you like working now, you know? And so, you know, we kind of just bonded over like stuff outside of Dance Rush, talking about like just talk about random stuff, like, oh yeah, where are you from? And like, oh, like where you rooting from? Oh, you're like, or like in some cases, like, you know, what's your like Filipinos, quote unquote, you know, in some sense of like, or like, wait, why did I air quote that? That's weird, but they're like, oh yeah, like, what's your ethnicity, right? And it's like, oh, you're telling like, you know, like, and you talk about like, oh, you're Filipino? Yeah, I'm Filipino too. Have you heard of Jollibee? Jollibee's great, you know, like stuff like that. You know, I got to talk, you know, talk a bit like outside of like Dance Rush, and you know, I feel like it was pretty nice because like, you know, you know, personally for me, right, it's like, great, I know you, or like, you know, we know each other as Dance Rush players, right? But like, how about we get to, you know, we're here, we're outside the tournament, why don't we get to know each other as people, right? In some sense of the word. You know, like, I don't want to feel like, yes, I'm this like Dance Rush YouTuber where I just like talk about Dance Rush all the time and I'm very knowledgeable about Dance Rush, where I'm just like, oh, I don't like, let's talk about the political and economic state of the world, yes, but like but maybe not that, but like, you know, let's talk about like history, or like let's talk about like your major, or like what you do, right? And then, you know, see where like, oh, that's very like, just kind of take the conversation where it's like, oh, that's a very interesting topic, let's take the conversation right there. It's the conversation right there. In fact, it's actually like, it actually kind of plays into like one of the classes that I took where like, it was kind of like we had this kind of guest lecturer where he came in and he was like, all right, let's talk about like connecting with people, right? And we talk about like how to be good at, you know, how to like really be good at conversations. And he was like, yeah, just like find like some interests, find some topic, and then just like, you know, the TLDR was like, you know, find some topic that like you guys can get in common with, then you guys can go to another topic that and then, you know, you can, you know, in a sense, like you could like listen to like the other person's statements, and then you can pick out from that person's statements, so you can pick out like many different topics that you can branch out of, and then so on and so forth, and like have a really long conversation where you guys can really kind of like connect, right? So, you know, personally for me, it kind of felt like it was like kind of good practice in some sense, where I got to like kind of practice that mentality of like, oh wow, you're from Seattle? Oh cool, let's talk about like Pike Place Market, like talk about like economics of markets, and like, okay, maybe not that. That's me of like me being a nerd, or if I was like talking to another econ major. But like, you know, the thing like with me and Henry is like, oh, sustainability. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm, you know, I'm sort of, you know, I'm not like, you know, I was like, oh, I'm kind of interested in that sort of topic. I more specifically like with energy and like nuclear power versus fossil fuels and like renewable energy and stuff. And it's like, oh, you can take the conversation to, you know, whatever, right? So it's pretty cool. Yeah, so upcoming and in-depth look into and why you should care videos, I would say Chrono Circle and maybe Dance Around. But Chrono Circle is currently being edited. It's just that like I haven't had a lot of time or motivation to kind of work on it right now, because like I haven't, well, okay, now I kind of actually have more motivation, but like back before the tournament I kind of didn't really have a lot of motivation, because like a lot of the footage came like from the same few channels, and I'm just like, I don't want to do that, you know, like I want to find footage that kind of fits with what I want to talk about, and like the footage that I found aren't really hitting it for me. So I was just like, it felt kind of a little frustrating for me to like actually do a Chrono Circle video. Not to mention I was like having a lot. I'm currently taking like 6 classes, so like I don't have a lot of time to like be working on videos, like especially like now where I'm like taking very technical classes related to my major. So I don't want to like, you know, like, because first and foremost I'm a student, right? Like I still value my education highly, and I don't want to like sacrifice my education just because I want to like put up a Chrono Circle video, you know, like as much as I wanted to do both, like I did last year, you know, like as much as I would have loved to be greedy and be like, yes, go for a good grade in your classes, and also be a very consistent YouTuber with the video essays. It was just like, yeah, I don't think I'm in less of a position to do this now this semester. Hopefully next semester it's a little better. Now that since I'll be like taking like 4 classes next semester, 4 or 5 where the load is like not too bad. So hopefully I have more time to actually kind of work on like more video essays and stuff. But as for now, yeah, Chrono Circle is the... Oh, it's the Towson. It's the Towson Dance Rush server. They're wacky or something. But anyway, so yeah. So yeah. Yeah, so where was I going with this? I kind of lost my train of thought. Yeah, so where I was talking about like Chrono Circle, yeah, I was like, hopefully by next semester it'll be a lot better, where I can like actually have more time to work on video essays, because I kind of do want to work on a dance run video. Hopefully I can do some more research on like another Dead Rhythm Games video. What else? Is there any other video I have in the pipeline right now? As far as I'm concerned, like that's kind of it. Maybe like vlogging. I mean, definitely I do want to do vlogs sometime in the near future, where I like go to cons and stuff. But as far as like actual rhythm game videos, yeah, it's mainly just well, I have an entire Google Doc that has like an entire list of like what I want to do. But I do want to like do rhythm game, obviously Chrono Circle, Dance Around. Might do another Dead Rhythm Game video. But I do also have another video kind of related to rhythm games, but not really. It more or less kind of coincides with my interest in economics and business, where it talks about like where I basically go into the evolution of the shopping mall, and like, you know, why shopping malls kind of have to, instead of going in a direction where it's like a lot of more retail and stuff, it actually has to adapt and pivot to go into experiences. Which is why like, oh, this is why like malls now are like trying to get arcades, or like arcades like Main Event, Dave & Buster's Round 1 into like their facilities, or like any other sort of like you know, experience centered sort of shops and vibes to their mall, as opposed to retail. Because with Amazon and with the rise of Amazon, right, it's just more convenient to do online shopping, whereas with a shopping mall, they got to give you a reason to go into the go into the mall, whether it be like experiences or good food, right, where stuff you can only get at that mall, and then you can just go walk the mall, and then you can find like specialty shops that you just can't find anywhere else. Like I feel that's how malls are would kind of have to operate nowadays. And like I've always been interested in that topic, in exploring that topic, so I was kind of like, okay, I kind of want to write a video about it. But that takes a lot of like a lot of research, right? I gotta apply like I gotta apply my economics major and like business classes into like this entire thing, right? And that takes a lot, you know. It isn't me necessarily just talking about my feelings about a certain game. No, I'm talking about like straight up economic decisions, and like I'm straight up talking about like economic decisions and data along with my feelings. So, you know, that's gonna be like a more long-term project, but I do definitely want to do a video like that at some point in time. Yeah, so like, so I'm just like, so, but anyway, where was I going with this? Right? Yeah, so that's like as far as like the video essays that I've been like kind of wanting to like explore doing. So there are more comments now. And stars, I'm an econ major graduate. Nice. So I like to use the knowledge for work. Yeah, school's a priority. Your video essays, low-key one I wish to make one of my interests. Make one on my interests or topics too. Yeah, like I've already done a video essay on like roller coasters. You know, like I did a video essay on Iron Gwazi. I love roller coasters, and I did one on Iron Gwazi. So it's not like I'm definitely like not open, so I'm definitely open to exploring like topics that like I'm into personally, outside of rhythm games, like history, economics, like that type of stuff. Like yeah, for sure. Like I in fact, if you looked at my last stream, I basically kind of go over like my entire subscription feed and like talk about like, oh yeah, so like I like, you know, there's some history channels I like, history channels on YouTube I like called like Armchair Historian. There's like Economics Explained, like, you know, channels like that talk about like economics, languages, or like history. I'm like, yeah, I'm into that, you know, like yeah, school's a priority. Tell that to the one. Yeah, well, you know, obviously, you know, experience center, obviously, you know, it's not like the silver bullet for malls, right? Experience, you know, getting around one, or like getting an arcade, or getting like a experience centered, you know, I guess like, or like experiences in a mall. Like of course it's not going to be the silver bullet that'll be saving them all. There, of course, there are probably going to be structural problems deep down, like debt, that'll probably like that just kind of just, and just bad spending decisions that'll probably just be the downfall of them all, right? So like yeah, I know how. Anyway, I went through a bunch of history of shopping malls too. I've been going to Eastridge Mall for 30 years and seen the ebbs and flows of it. Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. But like the whole thing is like, how do you take that and like how do you see that from the national scale, right? Like shopping malls have been like, they're, you know, like there's the shopping mall apocalypse that have been like being predicted, right? So it's like, okay, how do shopping malls have to adapt, right, to like kind of not die? Right? Eastridge, right? It's like I feel like round one is the one that's like kind of keeping Eastridge alive, because like when I go into the mall of Eastridge Mall, it's like kind of empty, but like round one, so like you're right. So yeah, but their round one's closing. Only one dance machine in the state, I believe. You're talking about the one in Georgia, right? Yeah, again, you know, just having a round one is not a silver bullet, right? You know, there are sometimes other problems that need to be taken care of if a mall's supposed to be successful, which could be like another avenue I can explore within the like evolution of shopping malls video essay. Yeah, business economic major and MBA graduate here too. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm currently on my undergrad, so for econ. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. I just got back from a mall at round one. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, so that's kind of as far as my interests lie. Again, like it's so interesting how like conversation topics just kind of just like go from point A, where I talk about mistake on the lake, and then I go into like the evolution of shopping malls. I hope Chespi is still here, because we could talk about like stocks and business all day. Yeah, but other than that, like, yeah, it's just really nice. Like I said, it was just really nice talking to all the other Dance Rush players, kind of like getting to know them outside of the game, right? Like their interests, their hobbies, like what they do. Like if they're working, like, oh, like, are you in like IT, or are you like, you know, do other sort of work, or like if you're in school, oh, what are you studying, right? Stuff like that I think is like pretty interesting, because like, you know, you have all these different people of all different perspectives and backgrounds, right? So it's like, ah, yeah, and different perspectives and backgrounds, and maybe some commonalities here and there, or just talk about like, oh yeah. Personally, for me, like my personal like, well, I don't like saying philosophy. Oh shoot, I don't like saying philosophy, quote unquote, as much. But like my personal thing is like, you know, be a jack of all trades, but be a master of one. Or in some sense, be every. I think there's like another like quote is like be everything to everyone, right? Where, you know, sure, you can specialize in one thing. For me, I like specializing in economics and like business and all that fun stuff. But like I do like, but you know, if there's a topic that you're interested in, I hope I have enough knowledge in it that I can like at least kind of keep up with your interests, you know, like again, like with video editing, right? Like, you know, okay, like since Henry's like more specialized in video editing, we can talk about like, oh, so this is like how I do video editing, even though like I'm probably not as good as Henry, but like we can talk about it, right? So stuff like that, right? Be everything to everyone in some sense of the word. So yeah, just kind of make it like a good conversation, so that, you know, you just end up having like a good connection with a lot of people, right? So yeah, other than that, I really have no idea what else to say. We just kind of like, yeah, it's just like a post-tournament analysis of like my dance moves. But like, yeah, not a lot of people from the actual tournament have like, bro, where's my boy Henry? Where's my boy Ryu? They haven't shown up on stream, so it's like kind of depressing, man. Nah, it's fine. But like, you know, it's just kind of nice and fun to kind of just chill and hang out, you know, where I'm like a little more like clear-headed as opposed to very sleep deprived and tired, like as opposed like last night. So, you know, it's fine, right? Yeah, but other than that, I don't know what else to do. Maybe I could like try playing Mahjong again. Cause like, yo, bro, like I don't know why, but like I think the first stream I played Mahjong, it was like lagging. So hopefully maybe we can actually play actual Mahjong. Let's see. Will it lag the stream? I'm trying to practice dancers, but I spend too much time on League and esports. Yeah. They're crazy though. Actually, League's kind of crazy though, cause like, yo, the finals took place in San Francisco, right? I don't play League. I'm not a League player at all. But like, it was kind of crazy to think about it, because like I'm from California, right? So it's like, it's a city in San Francisco, right, where I like know a lot of people. They're like, I just like see on my Instagram story like people just outside of Chase Center just watching like on the Jumbotron like finals just happening, and like, you know, DRX, right? They won the tournament, right? Or they end up winning the entire like finals, right? Oh shoot, my stream looks like it's lagging. Why does this happen? I'm gonna have to figure out why Mahjong Soul makes this like, why is my stream experiencing issues? That's depressing. Screw that, dude. See, like now I close it and like my stream's actually fine. Am I seriously gonna be like just a chatting stream where I just don't play games, I just chat? I mean, hey, that's kind of fair. I don't mind that, but like seriously, I was really hoping I could like play Mahjong on stream, you know, like that'd be so fun. You get to see me like rage so hard at like Mahjong. So, dang, I'm gonna have to figure that out. Performance. See, like stream quality is good. Is it because of like is it like using too much of the CPU or whatever? Like I have no idea why when I play Mahjong Soul, it makes my entire stream lag. Like that shouldn't be a thing. Like my friend, he can stream Mahjong Soul and it's just like fine on his stream. So it's like, what's the problem with this? But yeah. Ugh. Man, I think I kind of talked everyone's ear off now. I'm like kind of tired. Also, like I should probably like pick up my laundry. It's been sitting there. So yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I'll take like a little bit of a break, like 5-minute intermission, just get my clothes in the dryer, and then just, I don't know, we can continue talking or whatever. I don't know, because like as much as I would love to play Mahjong, it would make the stream lag so hard. So it's like, what's the point? Let's see, let's see, what if I did it on like this stream, right? Yeah, you get to see my Twitter profile. You get to see my Twitter profile now. Oh, wonderful. But no. See, let's go to Mahjong Soul. Not sold, Mahjong Soul. Right? See? Okay, is this gonna lag the stream? Wait, it's not gonna lag the stream? No way? No way? No, it's lagging the stream. Oh, frick. No, wait, hold up. Is it? Is it sleep? Yeah, I need sleep too. Oh no, it's lagging. Dude, why? That's so weird. Okay, well. If you let the phone in the bathroom, it's at the round one front desk. Only in Ohio, man. Yeah. And you've seen some stuff on my Twitter feed that's probably freaking sus. Just don't worry. Don't worry about it, fam. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, what CPU do I use? It's an Intel i5 66K. But yeah, I don't know, like, what's the problem though. I should probably ask my friend though, because like he streams Mahjong on Twitch, so I should probably ask like, okay, how did you able to make this work? But yeah, considering the time right now and my need to do laundry, I think I might just end the stream here. It was really nonetheless fun talking to you guys. I was just Freshies like yeah, I don't really care. I don't really care, to be quite honest. Like, yeah, it's just on my Twitter feed. I just like good art, man. What can I say? Hey, look, as long as it ain't straight up, like, you know, like stuff I really shouldn't be showing on YouTube, that's like straight up not safe for work. Like, yeah, I don't really, like, it's whatever. It's like, all right, fam, like, okay. Obviously, like, I don't really, you know, I don't really like a lot of sussy stuff. Like, it just shows up on my Twitter profile, on my Twitter feed, mainly because I just like good art. And then, you know, obviously, the sussy stuff's good art, apparently. Which, I mean, I don't blame them, but, you know, it just shows up. Yeah. Stream looks good to me so far. Yeah, but then when I play the Mahjong, when I open up the Mahjong window, it ends up being a little laggy for the stream. So I don't know. But as far as like what I'm doing right now, yeah, I think it's about time to like hit the hay, right? Or call it quits. Yeah, okay, now with the rose petal animations, yeah. I gotta figure out a way to like somehow fix it with because like my friend does like Mahjong streams, so I gotta find a way to like have him help me out here. But other than that though, like, yeah, it's been a pretty fun stream. I think I'm gonna call it quits here. But you know, for sure next stream, I definitely do want to do like something a little fun. Maybe we do like a tier list on like fast food or something, or whatever. I think it'd be pretty interesting to do. But anyway, guys, that's about it for the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been an hour and 32 minutes, about to be 33 minutes in the stream. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I don't really have anything else to say, but really thank you guys so much for watching, for stopping by, chatting, and all that fun stuff. It was really nice talking to you guys, and you know, kind of going over like, you know, the post-tournament, you know, the tournament, you know, in post, and also just kind of just like rambling on into a lot of different topics. So that's nice. But anyway, guys, I think that's about it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.